2025 Nissan Frontier received some minor changes on the exterior, some bigger ones on the interior, but Nissan also bets on something that a lot of manufacturers are walking away from, and that's underneath the hood. We're going to talk all about this. I'm here at Nissan of St. Augustine, and today I'm going to take in a complete tour of this top-of-the-line Pro4X extended bed trim. We're going to check out the exterior, interior, of course, the powertrain, the electronic, the capacities, and I'll take it for a test drive at the end of this video. So if that's something you enjoy watching, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's get back to this. The midsize truck market is a busy one. We have a lot of newcomers, a lot of vehicles that have been completely redesigned. We're talking about Toyota Tacoma, Chevy Colorado, GMC Canyon, the Ford Ranger. They're all brand new within the last few years. Now, Honda Ridgeline, which I still put in the same category, received some minor updates, and now we have updates as well on the Nissan Frontier. Now, the one huge thing that Nissan bets on is underneath the hood. Most of the other manufacturers are staying away from it. Of course, we're going to talk about that, but let's start with the design. Well, at first glance, you might not see the differences right away, other than, of course, this bright orange. Afterburn orange is what they call it. It's a new color for 2025. Now, if you look at the hood, this particular one has this anti-glare sticker right on top. And we have some nice grooves on the hood as well. Now, these are new, these three nostrils, if you will. This is a trim only. They're non-functional, but they're looking very nice. We also have this big Nissan logo in the front with the front-facing camera. And as we scroll down, the bottom of it is finished in this polished aluminum plastic. But underneath here, see that part at the bottom? These are the real skid plates. This is the real deal. We also have the orange recovery hooks. As far as the lights on this particular one, we have the LED daytime driving lamps. We also have the LED turn signals and LED reflector lights. Then a set of fog lights right there at the bottom completes the setup here. Now, I'm sure everybody's wondering what powers it up. Well, let's pop the hood and find out. And that is the 3.9-liter naturally aspirated V6, 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. It's got a 2-speed transfer case. This particular vehicle is a 4-wheel drive one. Now, as far as the gas mileage, we have 18 combined, 16 and 20. So not the greatest, but a lot of people would appreciate the power of that naturally aspirated V6. Now, to remind you, Toyota completely went away with the V6s. Colorado and the Ranger and GMC Canyon come standard with 4-cylinder engine as well. The Honda Ridgeline is the only other one that only offers the V6 engine, but that is a unibody construction versus the body on frame that the real trucks are made of. So maybe this could be the best option for you. Now, what else we have here? We have some sound insulation. What's interesting, though, that we have this nice bright orange right on top, but at the bottom here, it looks like they forgot to spray the rest of it. It kind of looks unfinished. I kind of wish that they figured it out and made it nice and cohesive look. But anyways, this is a truck. It's supposed to be rough. It's supposed to be kind of a rugged one. Well, that it is. Let's take a look at the rest of it. And as we take a walk around the corner, you can see that the side profile hasn't changed much at all. Now it is bright, this orange color. Now I have to step back quite a bit to get this vehicle in one shot, because this is the long bed. This is the 6-foot bed. Well, 73 inches as far as the bed length to be exact. So just over 6 feet. Total length of this vehicle, 224 inches, which is about 14 inches longer than the short bed. And you have the separation there between the cab and the bed. Now, depending on which Nissan Frontier you choose, you get the different capacities, you get the different tow ratings, you get the different cabs, because there's also a extended cab available. This is the crew cab. And so what we have here, as far as the capacities, this one can tow up to about 6,300 pounds. But if you go for the basic, like the S-Trim, the work truck, you can tow up to 7,000 pounds. Also the capacities, this one has about 1,200 pounds payload capacity, and the base one has up to 1,700 pounds capacity. This, of course, is a 4x4. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the wheels and tires. Now, the wheels are 17-inch wheels. I actually like the design of it quite a bit. We have this orange accents Nissan logo right in the middle. They look like the beadlocks. Of course, this is just an imitation. And we have the 265 by 70. These are the Hankook Dyna Pro all-terrain tires. The independent suspension in the front. We still have the spring leaves in the back. So yes, I mean, most of the manufacturers are going back to like an independent suspension. Well, not Nissan. This is the old style design. Now, the side step that you see right there at the bottom has been added, and right at the bottom of the mirror you have the camera. We also have the blind spot assist, and yes, you can enter this vehicle as long as the key is somewhere on you, which is this is, by the way, the Nissan key. This is the old style Nissan key. Most of the other vehicles have upgraded, but if the key is somewhere on you, you can lock it or unlocking simply by pressing this button. I also like how they blacked out this middle pillar right there. Everything else is in this bright orange color in this case, and also we have the wheel wells that are covered in black. Pro4X, we have the decal in the back, and let's take a look at the rear setup. That's where you'll see, you know, the LED lights, really nice. This is also new. Now, we haven't had this trim before, right in the tailgate. Pro4X on one side, Nissan in the middle, Frontier stamped into the bed. Of course, we have the tow hitch underneath, the spare tire. We have the 4 and 7 pin connector. Is that what it is? Yep, 4 and 7 pin connector. This one about 6,300 pounds, but depending on which trim you choose, it can tow up to 7,000 pounds. Nothing else really, nothing crazy in here. We have rear view camera here. Gate opens up, then the bedliner. And we have this track system on the side to help you secure your cargo. So 73 inches as far as the length, about 44.5 in between the wheels. That's the width of the bed. Now we also have the household power outlet, and this is maximum of 400 watts. So yes, you can plug stuff in like your work tools, or maybe power up a campsite even. We have this glass that slides open, some illumination right on top of the cab, and this is it. Let's take a look and see what's going on the inside. Now let's see, most of the mid-size trucks have no room in the back seat. Let's see if I can fit in this one. Well, I am 6 feet tall, and I have adjusted this front seat to fit me perfectly. There's about 8.6 inches of ground clearance. Let's see if I can fit inside. I can, but it's not super comfortable. It is pretty tight. My knees are resting on the back of this seat. My head is close to the roof. There's only about an inch left, but I fit. And the seats sit very upright, so there's no weight of reclining them. Typical thing for a lot of mid-size trucks. We have the same situation in the Tacoma, Colorado, Canyon. I haven't done the new Ranger yet, but the most room that I've had on any of the mid-size trucks was actually in the Honda Ridgeline, and the seats were the most comfortable and most supportive. These are pretty short, so if you have kids, that's great, no issues. If you have adults sitting in the back, they're not going to be very comfortable. The interior is very interesting. Let's check it out. Let's start with this rear door panel. Let's see what we have. So, okay, I like it. So this is all leather trimmed right on the inside here. Makes it nice, looks more expensive, and it's more comfortable as well. Now, all of these are hard plastic, the typical thing for most of the trucks. Here we have the window controls, more storage in the cup holder at the bottom of the door. And let's look at the seats. Now, I have the seat on the right hand side up just to show you that there is storage underneath it. And of course you can fold it down, which we're going to do in just a moment. But this is how the seats look. You have this orange contrast stitching as well as the orange inlays inside of this perforation. It's kind of look really good. The seats itself, they're very comfortable. It's the position of the seat that I have a problem with. Of course you can fold them down, basically have access to the child feather seats, and let's see how they look when I fold them down. And here it is. So again, comfortable for smaller adults or kids. We have the cup holders and the armrest right here. They also have the manual sliding glass right in the back, and in the middle console we have the USB type A and the USB type C, as well as the regular household power outlet that's capable of handling up to 400 watts, just like the one in the back. Also on the passenger seat we have an extra storage in the seat backs. Now, no panoramic sunroof. We have the regular sunroof on this one, and a very slight bump because the vehicle is sitting up so high. And one thing that I noticed, that there are no vents in this middle console. There are no vents up on top. But if you can see, there are vents underneath the seat. I'm not sure that these are going to be enough to make the back of the cabin nice and comfortable temperature wise. We also have this grab handle, and now let's see what's going on in the front. Let's check it out. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door. It's actually pretty good. Now, what I've noticed just right now, I never paid attention to it, but look at the window, or the door panel is profiled, kind of an F-150. We've seen that on Fords for many years. It lowers it down to give it the better visibility off the mirror on the outside. Now, similar setup as in the front, but we have this nice orange inserts, and this one has a lot of packages. It's fully loaded. One of them is this fender package, so it's got that fender stereo. It also have the window mirror lock controls, and here more storage in the bottom. Now, we also have the leather appointed seat, part of this the package, so these are not standard on it. We have the power seats, including the lumbar support in the front. We also have the power seats for the passenger. Pro4X, we have the embroidered right in the seat, looking really nice. These are those zero gravity seats. They are very comfortable. I gotta give it to Nissan. Before we jump inside, let's see, there's a whole bunch of buttons on the left hand side of the steering wheel. So we have a tow mode, we have the dimmer, trip reset, we have some safety system. We also have the ability to turn on, I believe, that 120 volt outlet in the back, cargo lamp, hill descent control. We can turn off the stabilization, basically the traction control, and you can lock the rear differential. This is where you open your hood, push on, push off, traditional style parking, not the electronic parking one. And then we, of course, nothing crazy about the pedals. The steering wheel is adjustable. We have the tilt and telescoping function. It is manual, of course. And let's check it out, the new interior. Let's listen to the sound of the closing door here. Pretty good, actually. And here's the interior of this 2025 Nissan Frontier. Now, it looks a lot more modern and interesting than the last one, and that's mostly due to this huge screen, which we're going to get back to. But I like how the interior is appointed. Now, this is not soft. I mean, this is still kind of a hard material, but it looks better, especially with this contrast stitching. And we have the candle on the side, big vents. Now, here is a little tray that you can put some stuff in here. If you're in Florida, I definitely advise against you, because it's going to melt whatever you put inside of there. Now, we have this huge steering wheel, the truck-like steering wheel, definitely. On the left-hand side, you see the source, and that's basically for your radio, enter go sideways, so select your different station. You have the volume adjust, voice control, and the phone button. On the right hand side, you have the cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings. Now the steering wheel is nice, it's big, it's truck-like. You have some contrast stitching on the inside here, you have some thicker places, and this is looking good. Now as far as the instrument cluster, we have a combination. Right in the middle we have this 7-inch screen, and there's some information here. And then on the left hand side, tachometer, right hand side, speedometer. You also have the temperature gauge, the gear indicator, the mileage, whether you're in 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive. So you have some information here. Now as far as the different settings here, let's see what we have. Go side to side. So we have the off-road pages, we have the auxiliary gauges, another auxiliary gauges. Driving says 22.6 miles is the total mileage on this vehicle. Fuel economy 10.3 miles per gallon. I hope it's not right. AM, that's the radio, that's your compass. Moving on, speed limit sign, and then driving aids. So that's basically what we have. Go back to the tire pressure and stop start. Here's a whole bunch of settings that you can adjust. So definitely lots of customizations that you have. You can also put your speed limit or speed here and back to the off-road pages. I like it. Okay, it is a combo. It's not the most sophisticated system. You see like the full digital system on Toyota or even Honda or any other of the other manufacturers have this fully digital system. This one doesn't bother me one bit. Now we also have this 12.3-inch infotainment system, and that's new for 2025. Now we have the wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Here's your sources. This is for your radio. So you have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio. We also can play through Apple CarPlay. Go back and let's go to the home screen, which there's a button for menu and home screen right here. That's what it looks like. So you can see Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Then we can go through the menu options, customize home menu, customize split screen. We have the St. Augustine, 62 degrees and sunny right now. And go back to here. Now, at the bottom here, you have info. So hit that. We have notification, Nissan Connect services. We have map. This has the built-in navigation. Of course, if you don't like this one, you can use the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Now, does this go any bigger? That's about as big as it goes. Go back, see at the bottom, zoom in, zoom out, back to the home screen. We have connections, settings. I want to see the rear view camera. All right, well, come on. I mean, we have all of this real estate, and why not do it for the full screen? Just this tiny piece right here. Come on, we can do it, and we can help. Making some suggestions, of course, to Nissan. Well, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, so if you don't like it, but you want to get a Nissan, keep on letting them know. So what else do we have? We have the active trajectory lines and the top down view. Now kind of imagine that would be like more camera settings. Let's see. Okay, so we can get rid of the top down view, making this camera a little bit bigger, but now it's distorted, kind of stretched out a little bit, or go back here. So a good attempt. I mean, I got to give it to them for at least trying. Not very good execution. Go back to park, and then we have hazard lights, volume, and power button. Audio menu, maps. So if somebody prefers that hard buttons, these are here too. I like the front here, how it's spelled out and at the bottom. And then we have the climate control. Okay, so as far as the climate control, dual zone climate control. Now these look kind of antiquated as far as the knobs and buttons. Again, don't bother me. We have the transfer case. We can 2-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, to push to switch from 4 high to 4 low. Again, at the bottom, we have the heated seats, seated steering wheel, parking sensors, USB Type-C, USB Type-A. You have more storage here. Moving out, you can see this gear shifter, regular style. We have the cup holders. And as we move around, you have your wireless charging pad and some stuff right inside of here, but I'll show you. It is fairly deep as far as this middle console. You, of course, have the glove box. And scrolling up to see what's going on, we have the home link system in the mirror. And then we have your sunglasses holder, lights, LEDs. You have the opening for the sunroof. Okay, decent size. Opens, letting some air into the cabin and some light as well. Now on top, we also have the illuminated mirrors. So here it is, guys. This is the interior of this 2025 Nissan Frontier. I think it's a great improvement. Camera, maybe not so much, but everything else, it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think about it. Now, let's talk about pricing. Take it for a spin. As far as pricing, Nissan has several different trim levels to choose from, starting with the base S trim that starts at $32,000. That's available as a 4x2 and 4x4. And we have two cab sizes, the King cab and the Crew cab, that's available. The SV 34,390, also both four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive are available, King cab and Crew cab. Pro4X only available in the Crew cab, and 4x2, that's 38,470. And we have the Pro4X also available in Crew cab only, starting at 41,770, 4x4 only. SL at 4x4 and 4x2 Crew cab only, 41,810. Now, as far as the Pro4X, the one that I'm sitting in right now, we have the choices of two bed lengths as well, so we can have the short bed and the long bed. We have the extended bed on this particular one, and that makes the starting MSRP of this one at $42,270. But that's not it. This is not what you get for $42,270. Actually, whenever they were ordering this vehicle, they must have done down the list of all possible options, because on this one we have the Pro Convenience package. We also have the Pro Premium package, off-road style step rails, black accent package, premium paint, electronic tailgate lock, carpeted floor mats, Pro4X, mud flaps, Pro4X, essential kit, two-tone beadlock style wheels, and the total price of this one with destination, $52,950. Now let's talk about this for a second. We'll do it while driving, because a lot of the manufacturers are going up in price. Crazy. Matter of fact, if you go with the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, you way over $60,000. Is it a better truck, that much better truck than this? Well, it's newer, that's for sure, but it is four-cylinder, and some people like it, some people don't. Of course, it's got plenty of horsepower and torque. It is a turbocharged versus naturally aspirated. Again, it's a personal preference, and I know there's been some concerns about the longevity. Time will tell. I am not making any judgments. These are not just the old style engine with the turbo slapped on it. They were developed from the ground up to include the turbo. We'll see how they're going to hold up. And, you know, the same thing with the Colorados, with the Canyons, with the base Rangers. They're all four-cylinder engines. So for those of you who are looking for the midsize truck and like the power of the V6, well, this may be a perfect solution for you. I mean, you have the naturally aspirated V6, you have the decent tow rating, decent payload, you have the newer electronics. Now, is it as fancy as the new Tacoma? No. You know, it doesn't have, you know, a lot of options that Tacoma offers, but it is a nice truck. Okay, it's definitely capable. You have the Pro4X, it's 4x4, long bed, so you can use it as a truck. Now, some people complain and say, hey, we would like to have the tow rating a little bit higher. Yeah, the Colorado's got up to 7,700 pounds towing capacity, so definitely a little bit more capable of for towing than this one. But this is not bad either. Let's see how we can merge in traffic. We have about, I'd say about 7 seconds, 0 to 60. That's what it said on paper, 7.2. I think the Colorado was about 6.9. So not a huge difference. I mean, if you want to get in the details, yeah, it's going to save you maybe that point some seconds. But are you really taking this vehicle for a street race from light to light? I hope not. This is not what it's meant to be. It's definitely, it looks tough. It feels tough. The seats are comfortable, but I have to tell you, this is a very truck-like feel, and in a different way than, let's say, a Tacoma. They're both like body on frame. The Colorado is a body on frame. I like that feel. This one has a lot stiffer steering, a lot firmer steering as far as the weight to it, a lot more weight to the steering wheel and the steering system. Make a U-turn right here, and we're in the rear-wheel drive right now, so you can definitely feel that push. Is it loud? Yeah. So is the 4 cylinders and the 6 cylinders. When they're working, they're working. That's the sound of the engine. You know, the only place you want here it is if you buy an electric vehicle, and that's not my cup of tea. But $52,000. This is the top of the line. Definitely priced competitively within the segment, including all the features that you see on this particular one. Looks good. It feels good. Fuel economy, of course, it could be better, but there's always something to, you know, complain about. And I don't think there's such a thing as perfect truck. It's just the one that's going to fit your needs, what you want the most, right? If you are looking for a pickup truck for occasional trip to Home Depot and value the comfort above any other things, then you might consider like a Honda Ridgeline. But if you were to take it off the beaten path, need more towing capabilities, then you definitely have to deal with one of these, right? The Nissan, the Toyota, GMC, or Chevy or Ford maybe, because these are real trucks. Body on frame construction is much more rigid and capable if it comes to utility of the vehicle. Well, let me know what you think. Has Nissan done enough on this refresh for 2025 Frontier, or would you still go with something else? I welcome all the comments, and I hope you like this video. And if you do, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.